Good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome again to TGM Gospel Radio, TGM Gospel TV, and I'm your host, as usual, Antonia. Welcome. We're glad and we appreciate you joining us all the time. Please don't forget to share and follow TGM Gospel Radio, TGM Gospel TV. Today, I'll be talking about parenting, and we'll be talking about how to parent, how to be a good parent, the styles, parenting styles, So I have some points that I've put down as usual, now just portrays, it with some explanation on how we can, have and achieve, good children, for our future, because children, they're our future. Whenever you are parenting, just put up at the back of your mind that you are doing it for yourself, for your future. And so no matter what, don't feel you are stressed up. I know parenting is not easy. I must tell you, parenting is a job on its own. So but we need to be serious with it. We need to know the styles in which we must use in our parenting. And I'll just tell you what parenting is, and then the styles, and then we'll check it and see. We're going to go through it together. So here I have parenting. I have just to explain what parenting is. I said promote and support physical, cognitive, social, emotional, and educational development from infancy to adulthood. It refers to the intricacies of raising a child. Intricacies means complexity and difficulties that comes with raising a child. You understand? So this is what parenting is all about, and it's not exclusively for a biological relationship. It doesn't mean that you have to be the one to give birth to the child or to the children before you can be the parent. If you are parenting with all these ties, you're actually a parent. It doesn't matter if you are not even the child. We have some people that they are adopted, so you are still a parent. We have some uncles and all that. As far as you are doing it and taking care of the decision for these children, you are their parent. And I have some styles here, that will really, really help us, and to help us with parenting. We have authoritarian parenting. What is this authoritarian parenting? This style is very strict and rigid. High demands are placed on the child. Expectations are strictly enforced, and they require rigid obedience. This means that the parents always require what you say you do without explanation. They are so strict, and then there's no communication. You understand? This is there's an issue and no explanation of punishment except that the child is in trouble for breaking rules. Before you set rules for a child, you need to tell the child why you are setting the rules, why the child needs to know why he needs to follow the rules. But this style of parenting, they don't do that. They just tell, like, they are so authoritarian. They tell you this is what I want you to do, and they don't even say when you don't do it, this is what will happen. They'll keep quiet, and they won't talk about the consequences until after the child might have done something against their rules, and then they will have to give the child a punishment. This is not good for a child. What happens to this kind of children? They are less cheerful. They become sadists. They are moodier. They are very hostile. They are not happy. When you see them outside, they are very angry. When they see other children cheerful, you can never be happy around those children. And then some people, some children, they grow up, and we have some people that they are older now, adults now. That is the way they grow up. Like you see some people, they are sadists. You can never be around them and be happy. It might be one of the reasons why, because they've been sadist right from time, and then this has really affected them. So this is one parenting style. I have the second one, permissive parent. parenting. A child freedom and autonomy are highly valued. The child does what he likes. Some children, they go out whenever they want, they come back whenever they want, they don't even tell you they don't care about where they've gone to, they don't care about where they are coming from, they don't know where they are going, they don't have any of their friends contact, they don't know any of their friends, they just leave them to do what they do. They come back late at night without anybody questioning them because the parents are already sleeping. They are awake in the morning. They've gone to work while the child just do whatever he likes, go to school at any time he likes. These are the kind of permissive parents. They allow the child, to do whatever they like. What are the results? These children show low level of self-control. They don't have self-control. They don't know what is bad. They don't know what is good. They are just like that, because nobody has ever corrected them. Nobody has ever set a rule for them, so you don't blame them. And they are self-reliant because they lack structure at home. See what I said? Nobody has laid any structure. Nobody has told them this is how you should behave. This is how you should talk to an elderly person. This is how you should communicate with people. This is how you should relate with your mates. They don't have they don't have all of this. So they are just there. They don't have any structure to life. So this is one parenting, and the other one is uninvolved parenting style. This is neglectful parenting style. It means parents are often emotionally or physically absent. They are neither there emotionally or even physically. They've gone to work in the morning, come back at night. They don't know, they neglect the children. They have little or no expectation from the child and regularly have no communication. When you don't have communication with your child, there's nothing. How was the day? How was school today? What happened? Where's your homework? Have you done your homework? Do you understand what have been taught today? All those things really, really matters to those children. Do you know that these children, when they come back from school, a lot of people, maybe they have even been bullied or something has happened to them and they are coming home. Some children, they are going back home because they don't even have where to go. It's as good as they don't have a home to go back to, because by the time they get home, nobody to ask them what happened in school today. Do you have a good day? Is there anything that happened? Can you share with me and all that? There's nothing. This is the kind of parent we are talking about. They consider their children to be emotionally priceless, may not engage with them. They believe in giving the child his personal space. So some children, they will come back from school and straight to their room. They won't come out except maybe they need to eat. Even the food, the cooking and everything, some children, they just, they do that themselves. And if at all they are present, it is just to provide what the child needs for survival. You see what I said? Just as food, because that is the only thing. Some, they just go and put your food in the microwave, no discussion, no communication, and the results of these children, the children with little or no communication on their own. They can communicate, they don't know how to communicate with other parents, tend to be victimized. They are treated unjustly. They are being bullied because there's nobody for them to talk to. There's nobody for them to relate with. So they are bullied. They are victimized. They don't have. They have so low self-esteem. They don't know how to carry this. They don't even know who they are. You need to keep constantly telling your children, this is who you are. You understand what I'm saying? And then other children may as a being duller. Some, they will not even know anything, because when a child comes back home and with homework and nobody's attending to her, maybe the child doesn't even understand anything about the homework or what has been taught in class. Nobody is asking, at home, and you just put it there, and then before you know it, nothing is going in the brain. It's just empty. They suffer in social competence, academic performance, you see what I said, and problematic behavior. These children, they will always have problem, with their behavior. Definitely they will have. Another parenting style have instructive parenting. This one, I call them lazy parents, because some parents are so lazy. I understand that. I know there are some times that you are way down, and there are some times that you are emotionally down. There's some times that you are, you don't really know where to start from. I understand a lot of things are overwhelming, but one thing I want you to put your mind in when you are parenting your child is, this is your hope. They are your hope, your future. You understand? When parents use parental control and inhibition adolescent thought, feelings, and emotional expression. These parents set unrealistic expectations for their children by overestimating their intellectual capacity and developmental capacity. You see, there's some parents that they want their children to do what they say. They don't bring themselves to the level of their children. They talk to the children like an adult. They expect the child to feel and think and do things like an adult. They don't bring themselves low to children level for them to understand. They don't even know the language of how to communicate with them. You understand? Without passion or capacity. Some children don't have any capacity. Say they enroll them into more extracurricular activities or certain classes without understanding their children's passion or capacity. Some children are in football, they are in gymnastics, some are in swimming, they are everywhere, all the classes after school. As soon as some parents pick them from school, they put them in all the classes, not because they want them to. The children cannot do everything. A child needs to know what he wants. I normally say you can try, if the child start maybe still young, you can start some of these, but not because you don't want to talk, because you don't want to go back home and go and talk to the child, because you want to use that that avenue to push the child away. During the football, by the time they get home, they are tired, they just go to sleep, and then you don't have to talk, you don't have to train, you don't have to parent. Don't put that motive behind you. The motive of registering them or putting them in all those classes or all these extra classes or all these activities should be to help them in future. You understand? To enhance them, not because you don't want to talk. Some parents, they put them in different, from Monday to Friday. A child has everything that is doing, everything that they are doing and all that. And some children don't even have the capacity. You understand? Some children have the capacity to be in all these classes every day, Monday to Fridays, but some do not have this capacity. So this kind of parent, they don't care about the capacity, what their child can do. They don't know if the child is interested. Some child will be telling you, "Mommy, I don't want to do swimming. I want to do football." No, you have to do swimming, you have to do football, you have to do everything. No, that is not how it's supposed to be. So these are the kind of people instructive parenting. And the result of children, they become victims and avoid confrontation. They can't stand confrontation among their peers. You understand? It's easy, it's easier for them to please others, even against themselves. They have low self-esteem as well. So stop comparing your child. Don't say, because of this child and my friend children, they are doing this, they are doing that, you too, you have to do that. Or can you see that the result of this person is better? Or some, even among your children, some have 3-4 children and one is better than each other in academics. Doesn't mean that this one that is not good in academics is not good in another area. When you check that person and you give attention up to the other child, you will discover that there's also there's another capacity in that child that is not good academically. I have a friend that the child is so good academically, but it's not good in every other thing. You understand? So you have to put an energy in that. And some, they are so good at football, swimming and all that, but they are not good academically. Don't force them. Don't force them. We've left the era where you have to get certificate to do anything in school. No, now you can do anything. Just train them. That's why you have a lot of classes, after school club and all that. That you can hold them, that they can attend all these activities. We have material parenting, expressing love through gifts, shaping their child's behavior through materialistic items. Some parents, they don't know they don't know how to communicate. They communicate through gifts. They be like, if you don't drop this thing now, if you drop this thing now, I'm going to buy you this. And children, they keep asking you, "Mommy, Daddy, you say you're going to buy me this, and you did not buy me this. Okay, I'm going to do this." So they start using that to threaten you. You understand? So you before they are in control. Instead of you to be in control of them, they are not controlling you because of what you normally use for them. Because anytime you don't want them to do anything bad, you can tell them why you don't want them to do that, why they are not supposed to do that, the consequences that will come after. You don't want to do the communication, and so you just use gifts. Okay, if you go wash those plates, I'm going to buy you pizza. Or if you go wash this place, I'm going to buy you something, a gift. That is what you communicate with these children, and that is not good at all. Or some children, some parents, they take away children maybe iPad or toys and all that. I understand that some children, you need to do that once in a while, but not that. Don't let it become an constant thing that you do. Don't let it become like a normal thing. It's not normal. Yeah, you can use. Oh, if you don't drop that iPad now, I'm going to seize it if you don't do that. But tomorrow, don't keep saying that. And what's in it? Some parent, they will tell you, if you don't drop that iPad now, this is you. And you're not going to do this, or I'm going to seize the iPad. They end up not seizing the iPad, and then the student, they are noticing. They say, oh, you didn't seize today. You've bragged already. I'm going to seize it. You didn't. And meanwhile, they did not do what you asked them to do. And then secondly as well, you say the same thing, and you didn't get the iPad from them. The next time you do that, maybe if you do that for a month or for a week, I tell you, next time they won't even look at you, because your words is not going to hold anything important to them again. They feel, oh, mommy has been saying it, but she has never done that. So when you tell the child, I'm going to do this, make sure you follow, because you become a liar to them. You understand? If you don't do what you say you're going to do. And then don't just use all the time by saying, I'm going to seize your iPad. Let it be that the child understand, this is what I want you to do. This is the reason why I want you to do it, and you have to do it. You understand? Communication is very important. No matter how young they are. In fact, you have to start from baby. Start communicating with them. When they are grown up, start communicating with them. Toddlers, communicate with them. Tell them why. And some children nowadays, they're so inquisitive, they ask you why. Some parents, they don't have time to answer why. When they ask you why, just explain calmly. Let them know why. It's very important. But this parenting style, they don't have the time at all. They don't have the time at all. And then the last one I have, authoritative parenting. And you see, I'm going to explain the difference between authoritative and authoritarian. Yeah, I'm just going to go to this authoritative parenting, which says there's a give and take atmosphere involved. There's a give and take atmosphere involved. Communication, control, and support are balanced. You see? So you see, in this time, more beneficial than those raised in permissive, authoritarian, and neglect homes. You see, authoritative parenting is like a give and take. I explain to you why you have to do this, why you don't have to do this, why you have to let me know when you are going, where you are going. You need to tell the child, have a meeting with them, talk to them, explain to them, this is what I want, this is how I want. Okay, if you don't do it, this is what will happen. Let them see the consequences even to themselves, not only to you, but for them to see, oh, if you do, you can get into trouble. If you don't do this, you can get into trouble. If you move with bad friends, this is what can happen. Things like that. Let them understand why you want them to do it. Okay, I want you to take care of this space. I want you to maybe arrange your room, and then do away with this and that. Let them know, I want this place to be very clean and neat, because neatness is close to godliness and is very healthy. Just say it. Communicate with them. This is the best parenting style you can ever use, authoritative parenting. And I normally say, as I said before, I'm going to tell you the difference between authoritative, and then authoritarian. And here I have authoritarian: expect obedience and may punish kids instead of helping them find solution. Like if your child does something bad, and then you want to correct them, you correct them with anger, and then even after correcting them, you are not actually correcting them. You only shouted, you only make them feel bad. Because when you are correcting a child, the child needs to know why you are correcting. The child needs to know why he shouldn't do that, just as I have said, and then you need to tell them how they should do it. Because if I don't know how to do something, you can't tell me I didn't do it right. So you need to tell me how to do it for me to do it right. But some parents, they don't have time to tell their children how to do it, and then they still blame the child they didn't do it right. And the authoritative is offer emotional support and use logical consequences to help kids learn. You use logical consequences. Like I said, you can like, if you don't do this, I'm going to take away your iPad, or if you don't do it, I won't be happy, mommy will be sad, things like that. Just do something, communicate with them, let them see you communicating with them, and then you tell them. That is after you might have told them this is how to do it. Do it this way, do it this way. And then when they did not do it that way, then they can face the consequences. You understand? That is the authoritative, parenting style. And I would like to say, in conclusion, that all these things we're talking about is for our future. As a parent, it's for our future. Because by the time you get old, what will happen? You have to depend on those children. You understand? They have to take care of you. So you need to do your part now. You need to cry all the cry. You have to now. You have to shout all the, the shout out. You have to tell them, or you have to communicate now. Then you can still communicate. Not when you cannot even talk again. And let me tell you, whatever you put into them, that is what you will get at the end of the day. That is what you get, at the end of the day. I want to say by conclusion, pray for your children. Without prayer, I tell you, nothing can be done. Pray for your children. Mention their name. Pray for them. Wake up at night. Pray for them. Communicate with them. Communication is very essential and very important. I don't know how to stress that enough. Communication is the key with those children, and the ways of communication. Don't shout. Communicate, don't shout. I know it's very difficult, especially to our toddlers. So you just have to shout on, but don't make it a habit all the time. When you communicate, you can just go into their room, or when you are playing games, check what they are playing with. Check what they are playing, or check their phone. What are they doing? What are they watching? Let them know. Get involved in what they are doing. Get involved in what they are doing. Know when they close in school, what happened in school. When they come back from school, what happened in school today? You have a good day, you don't have a bad day. If they have a bad day, encourage them. Don't worry, things happened. Things like that. Communicate with them. Don't allow them to be bullied. You understand? Talk to them. Know how they are feeling emotionally and otherwise. Be involved in their life. So, and then you have 2, 3, 4 kids. Don't use the same parenting style, because some children, they are different. Don't compare themselves. Don't compare them. Don't tell this one, or did you see your brother is making it, your brother is called high, good in maths, and then you are not good, you are a dummy. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You are putting them in low, and they feel bad. Low self-esteem is not good for any child. I tell you, you see some adults, they have it. That is, this thing started from when they were young. And it is terrible. It's not good at all in our society, because we want to raise children that will give us peace of mind. We want to raise children that tomorrow they become adults, isn't it? And then you see all these problems in marriages, all these youths roaming about, all these our youths that they don't have control over them, getting in trouble all the time. We won't have all that. You see why we need to do all that. All these troubles will not be there for us, because if you feel it's not your business now, or you have to go after money than your children now, I tell you, your tomorrow is not secure. I can guarantee you that your tomorrow is not involved in their life. Be their friends, their parents, their playmates. They will tell you everything. I tell you, if you are your children playmates and then you talk with them, you communicate, they will never hide anything for you. If you have a female child, they will tell you everything about where they are going, who is their boyfriend, who talk to them, who touches them. They will tell you everything you will know about them. And then from there, you'll be able to see, okay, this is where to come in, this is what to do. And that is why you see a lot of children, they rape them, they abuse them, because there's nobody to talk to. Some children will come home and even tell you something you don't want to believe them. You want to believe an adult over your child. Instead of you to call your child, investigate, talk, communicate, find out, is this true? Don't just trash their words. Don't say, oh, it's a boy, it's a small boy, or it's a small girl. They don't know anything. They don't know. They know what they are saying. Listen to them and find out what has happened, Remember, all these mentioned above, they are for our own benefit, as I said. And then remember, don't say your child is 18 years and then you don't have any issue with them again. No, be involved in their life. You have to be involved in their life until I don't know when. You are a parent, you're a parent forever. As far as the child is still alive, you are still a parent. In every way, when they are married, you are still parent. Parent them well, even when they are married. Be a good mother-in-law, to your children, be to your children, wife or husband. Be good to them. Make them happy. You understand? And finally, I want to say, all these parenting styles that I've mentioned, sit down, think about it, pick from it, because you can't do without any of them. The only one I will tell you not to trash is the one that you are not involved in your children's life. You have to be involved. But sometimes, you have to say, okay, bring your iPad. Sometimes you have to, use some consequences. But make sure you are doing the right thing. You can check well for this authoritative parenting style. It will help. It will really help you. And if you are there and you are facing anything emotionally, and then or you feel you are facing any issue with your children, or and then you want to talk to someone, please don't hesitate. You can send us a message. You can as well comment. If you don't want to comment, you can send a message. We're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, so that if there's any way we can come to help you, seriously, we will do it with our own heart, because we want everybody to be happy. We want the children, we want to have good children, we want to have good youth out there. We want to be out there and see our youth and they are responsible youth now become responsible men tomorrow. And then this is going to also help us in marriages, to stabilize the upcoming children that we get married tomorrow, so we have peace of mind. Let's try all our best to see how to talk to those children, to communicate with them. And I tell you, we will all enjoy it at the end of the day. Thank you for listening. My name again is Antonia. And don't forget to follow my own personal page on Instagram, Renew with Tonia. On TikTok, Renew with Tonia, and on Instagram, is Talk to Men with Tonia. Don't forget to follow me on all these pages. And then if you need to send email, you need to send messages, or you need to talk to me, or you want to be part of my life, you want me to interview you, or you have any question, please do send message, and then I will get back to you. Thank you for listening, and I say God bless you. Don't forget, don't die there. If you're facing any abusive relationship, or you are in any abusive relationship and it's taking out your breath, please, it doesn't worth it. Do not die there. I'll see you next week. Love you. Bye.